This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Tammy, Lynn, Rigg joining us. So excited to have her here as a holistic wellness practitioner at Spiritually in Tune from Niagara Falls, Ontario. Please welcome to the show, Tammy, Lynn, Rigg. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Jill? Thank you so
Uh,
much for having me.
I'm really excited to have you here. Your energy is just overwhelming. I'm seeing her in person. For those of you that are on the Zoomcast, you may know if you're just listening to her, you have a lot in store. This woman has so much energy and she's helping so many people recharge, distress, decompress, and really tune us up spiritually. So I'm excited to
Yeah.
get to know you. So first and
Yeah.
foremost, tell us just a little bit about what you do, and then I want to get into your backstory.
Yeah, of course. Well, I am a holistic health practitioner. I also hold my medical Qigong, my Dragon's Way Qigong. I am a hypnotherapist as well through rapid transformational hypnotherapy. I'm also a healing soul coach, and I am a biofeedback specialist and therapist.
Oh wow, she wears many hats, many titles.
Yes.
And daughter, how old's your daughter? 16.
My daughter's 16, but I have four. I have a 19-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old, three boys and one girl.
God bless you. Oh my God,
Thank
beautiful
you.
family. I got to get your
Thank you.
backstory here. Okay, so hold on. Where did you grow up? Give me a little of the backstory, and then
Okay.
I want to know how you decided to get into this field and how
Yeah.
this all worked. Thank you.
Well, it's super exciting, hun, because a lot of information to share, but I'll try my best to condense it as much as I can. I
Yeah.
originally grew up in Belleville, Ontario, which
Okay.
is a very small town. I mean, population is now 50,000, but when I was there, it was maybe 20. So very small place. But we moved from Belleville into Niagara Falls when I was about 12 years old. And that's kind of where things opened up because to me, it was a lot of different city shock. I'd never been to a big city, right? And that's what I thought it was originally. Niagara is the big city. Now I've
Yeah.
learned that there's a lot more. But coming to Niagara Falls is what opened up a lot of doors and opportunities for me, especially when it came to education. So that's kind of where the early beginnings came on. And then I was originally a dental hygienist, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I had my first son when I was 18. So Dominic, he brought me courage, strength, and perseverance. And that's what opened that door a lot further for me to feel courageous enough to push my education, push my life, push everything so that I could develop a world for them. And then Daniel came along, and Daniel, I mean, that kid, my second, you never know if you can love them enough, right? Because
Of
after your
course,
first,
right? It's like, how could you love some? I get it. I
right?
get it. Uh-huh.
And then love is what he brought. And right after him, because my daughter and Araya Hope and Daniel are only a year apart. So Araya Hope, her name suits her because that's what she brought for me was hope. And it gave me this hope to continue on with where I was going because I was going through a time, I was in my early 20s. I was young and doubting and worried and in that fear stage of, am I going to be enough? And she definitely taught me I was enough. And then when Gabriel came, Gabriel reminded me of my faith. That's
Ah,
why his name. And I actually have four tattoos. I have 22, but I have four tattoos for my kids. One is a lion for Dominic because he reminded me of my strength, my pride, and my courage. Then I have a bleeding heart tattoo for Daniel because he taught me to bleed love from my heart endlessly. And then a ray of hope is butterflies because butterflies are the sign of hope. And I have giant wings down my back for Gabriel because he represents my faith.
oh my God.
So there was a lot. And my kids actually, I'd went through cancer really young, uterine, cervical, ovarian.
How
And
old were you?
so I was diagnosed just after Gabriel was born.
Oh,
And so I didn't know, nobody knew if I was going to be okay. And those kids came together like a team for me. And they raised me up and I ran with that fire. And I became a massage therapist. And
Goosebumps.
then
Wow.
I became a biofeedback specialist and a reflexologist. And then I jumped into coaching. And then I jumped into Thai therapies, cupping therapies, gua sha, medical qigong. I have been able to work with, like, to me, some of the most beautiful people in the world, from Master Robert Young to Jeffrey Ewan to Jerry Allen Johnson to Grandmaster Lou, and then also Master Shi, who's well known on YouTube. So I've been blessed, truly blessed, not only with this life, but with my breath and with the people who stepped in to hold my hand and catch me. So that's kind of how Spiritually in Tune came about. Was I was literally sitting down one day after I had come through cancer, come through complete organ prolapse as well, mesh rejection. I survived that. Just had my surgery in 2020 to remove it. So I'm very, very blessed in so many ways and grateful. And then I was diagnosed with a Chiari malformation afterwards. But, these things come in life, I believe, as a challenge to your frequency of creation. And that's where I work. So, Spiritually in Tune is a blend of those ancient wisdom, knowledge, teachings with the modern science to back it up, because we've been using this stuff for 80 plus years. Like, the biofeedback's been recognized in Germany for over 80 years. And so these things have existed, but is it a part of your quantum image? Or is it something in the distance? So
Yeah.
for myself, it was a part of my image and my manifestations, and the doors opened. And so my biggest thing is bringing people back to their frequency of creation, because these challenges are just human. They're just human. And we are only souls experiencing a human journey. So let's go back. Let's go back. We all talk about the subconscious mind and accessing these codes that are locked within us, but nothing is locked.
Yeah.
Nothing is. It's all there and available. But when are you ready to see?
Mm-hmm. When
And
are you
so,
ready to say, oh my goodness?
yeah, so
Oh my
that's kind of
goodness.
like, a lot to put into one little space, but this is how
Oh,
it all began. And now I like to love people because
yeah.
I was loved.
Oh,
And I've been loved and I'm still loved and I've always been enough. And so is everybody else. And that's what I want for the world. I've thought of this since I was a kid, and all I wanted was for everyone to be able to feel those things that I did, because we are all so deserving of it. We are all so wanted, and we just need to remember who we are.
wow. Thank you for this and for lifting us up. And
Oh,
wow.
thanks.
So now, for someone who's not familiar with the biofeedback, could you explain
Yeah.
exactly what it is and how it helps people?
So the biofeedback is it's an interface system that picks up all the subtle stress frequencies within the body. And now we all know that all diseases come from stress. Stress causes inflammation. Inflammation causes acid production in the body, amongst many other things that I don't need to get into yet. But that is the beginning of the manifestations of imbalance in the body, disharmony in the body. So the biofeedback, what it does is it downloads 7,000 frequencies per second. It puts them into 39 categories of the body. And then it breaks down your acute to your subacute to your chronic. And it shows me, your brain shows me through indications on my machine, where are my major stress frequencies that have the possibility of causing a disharmony. And let's rectify those right away. So sometimes we receive these stress frequencies that look really erratic on the screen. And what we do is we take that frequency and then we reinitiate it back into the body as a natural neutral, as if the day that we were created. So the brain
Wow.
can then process that I don't need to keep sending out this stressor. It's
Yeah.
done. And that's a simple way to explain it, a
Yeah.
very simple way to explain it. But there is a lot of information that's on my website about this, because it is a U2 M2 FDA approved class license.
Wow. Oh my
So, and
goodness.
yeah, and we're constantly doing double blind, triple blind studies, randomized studies, so that we can actually see the real benefit of what it's providing to people, not a closed impression.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And then also, this work that you're doing, I love that you're here in the comfort, right? You could be at home, you could be anywhere, and this is all
Yeah.
virtual, right?
Yeah, this is what's great about it is that I can do distance. I can have you in office. I can have you on a Zoom. It's really no different than my hypnotherapy. Like I can walk you through how to access your subconscious mind like that.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, even like the Reiki energy healing, right? Are you a
Oh,
Reiki practitioner? What tell me what that is exactly?
so I have my tattoos actually that you'll see here. So, not just a Reiki. I studied Komio Reiki Kai originally with a beautiful woman named Yvonne Nakata. She was from Japan. She was actually one of the first women to be recognized in the gakas of Japan, and she just happened to be my guide. And so I got to study with her for 4 years. And Reiki in the Western world is so not known. And it's so powerful. We have this much information to this much that's available. So not only do I provide Reiki, but I'm also doing chi therapy. So I
Oh,
teach people to activate, whether it's online, whether it's in person, it doesn't matter. We can be anywhere because the creation is everywhere. So
got
we can
it.
be
Wow.
anywhere. And so I teach people through movement, through breath, through activation to ignite their natural internal chi because we are all born with it. It's not something we have to acquire. It's something that we already have that we just need to heighten. We just need to become aware of it and listen to it talk.
Oh
And
my goodness.
then we feel. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
so magnificent, hun. Like it's something I would definitely love to give you a nice little treatment on, after
Thank
the
you.
show.
How does it work? What would I have to do? My kids can't be
So,
home and annoy me, right?
no, you know what? You definitely need a little bit of silence so that we can
Mhm.
listen inwards. All the answers are inside. We spend most of our life seeking externally because we think we need a validation. But this validation can truly only come from within because we never listen to any other voice than our own.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
It's,
right. Tell me some
it's
stories of the people you're healing and helping. I want to hear how this works.
Oh my gosh. So, where do I begin? I work from end of life services to catastrophic, to day to day wellness, to deep emotional mental. So, currently, I was just able to go through a beautiful crossing over, actually. And I'll share that story with you because that one was magnificent.
Yeah,
Um, and
please.
the gentleman that I got to work with, Mr. Rajput, I got called into this family by fluke because I don't really advertise. It's really word of mouth for me. I have a website, but wherever the universe goes, I follow. So this family reached out to me because of a late patient that I had helped cross over before. And they said, we'd love to have you work with us. Well, don't I meet their father for the first day? And this man lights up like golden yellow and looks at me and just bows his head and says, I've been waiting. And I just stand there stunned because, what do you say? Right. And I said, well, what have you been waiting for? And he goes, you.
Wow.
And that's where it began. So I actually moved
Oh,
in with this family for almost three full
wow.
months. And I was there for 72 hours a week. In the meantime, because Mr. Rajput was in that in between of that getting ready to transition over, he had so much beautiful wisdom to share with me, not
Wow.
only about myself, but about what I was providing. And, he reminded me that Tammy, it's never us.
Yeah.
It's never us. And I
Nope.
I love that because
Wow.
that is so powerful. It is never us. It's what flows through us and connects us. So we got to share 3 months of a beautiful journey together of helping him go through treatments in and out of hospital, sitting up nights with him, just exchanging with his family to the point that they welcomed me in and called me their daughter, which you can't get a better honor than that to be brought into someone's family. And
No.
So these guys brought me in, and now I have extra brothers and sisters and a whole huge family. But Mr. Rajput, he really walked through it with me when I said to him, what are the feelings? Because I can tell you, but what's the point? I don't want to plant a seed.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
right?
want that. So he got to share with me the visions of light that he was receiving coming through his chest as he was getting ready, the voices, the people, the ones in his family who had crossed over before him that he could see waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just mind blowing to me. Like, I'm still breathing, I'm still human. I'm still just a brother and a sister to somebody. And he was in that in between. And I mean, I have a lot of different gifts, and there's times I can smell
So I was going to say,
energy.
you're empathic, you're intuitive, are you
Very,
a psychic medium too? Like, yeah.
very. So
Okay.
I could smell the energy, and it smells like
Ah.
flowers. But the way that he described it was what made me stop in my tracks. And that was the learning and the lesson that I got to share. And it was the warmth, and that time stands still. And I can feel the love through every cell in my body. I have no pain. And that moved me in ways that you can't put a price tag on that. And
Mm-mm.
then to be able to hold his hand and sit with him in bed at night and hear him telling me how important it is to make sure you love your children. Don't
Ah.
let this world get in the way of that love. Don't miss the moments with your mom, your dad. Take them in so that grief transmutes and transmits and becomes love instead of a non-linear roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Beautiful,
And so,
beautiful.
yeah, that's just one of the many, hun. I have been, I, to put it into words is so difficult because it's such a deep, penetrating feeling. I have received my knowledge and my wisdom from those who have crossed my path and thought that I was helping them, but they were helping me.
Mm.
So it's each one, teach one. That
Oh,
is the rule I live by.
wow. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
You're
So,
so welcome, Jill. Thank you.
oh my gosh. Wow. It brings back memories. I was with my mom when she passed, and I moved to be with her, and she had lung cancer, and I got to be with her to like the final moments and the end. Like when someone
Mm.
crosses like that, it's just so, I'm sorry. It's just so, so beautiful. Beautifully sad,
Hun,
but beautiful.
please
And
don't
it's like,
apologize. Don't ever apologize right there because
okay.
what you're sharing is authentic. And we spend so much time in front of these cameras pretending to wear a mask. And what we forget is that we are all equal. And we all cry, we all share, we all breathe, we all lose, we all win, we all bleed the same. And so tears are the way for the lungs to release the
Ah.
grief that we've been carrying because those lacrimal ducts were only designed for so many reasons. And they're here to cleanse us, not just our bodies and our minds, but our souls. That's what releases that pent up energy. Just like when we feel anger, right? It comes from the liver. But what is anger telling us? That we're afraid of something. That's all, that we're just afraid of something, you know? So let's acknowledge our fear. Let's acknowledge our pain. Let's acknowledge our tears so that we can transmit them, transmute them, and turn them into the joy that they are meant to be, the wisdom that is left behind for us, the legacy that we are given. And I truly believe with everything that you are, Jill. And I don't know much about you, to be honest. I never really looked into your background. This all just kind of jumped on me like a fluke, and I didn't even expect to be on a radio
Oh my
show, to be
gosh.
honest. So I
Hmm.
don't know anything about you. But what I can tell is from your aura. And when you are exuberating these colors, you hold a lot of passion, my dear, a lot of passion, which means that there's a lot of depth to you, which means that superficial doesn't really exist in your world.
Mm-mm.
You're always seeking truth, you're always seeking deeper, and you're always looking for a way to bring knowledge to people, which is truly the gift of this world because we are the only ones that bring light.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like we know each other for sure. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I love it. And if I could reach through this screen and hug you, I would hold you and let you cry
Thank you.
because this is necessary and it's needed because it's going to help you elevate.
Thank you.
Always, honey. You are so welcome. Don't thank me. Thank the Creator and love one another. That's all.
Wow.
I have gratitude. You know, I got gratitude for you. I have gratitude for me. I have gratitude for the world. But the one thing I do know is thanks comes from Creator and to Creator.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
we love one another because that's the only service that we actually have to provide is love. We think all these things, but we're just here providing a service of love because our destiny is just a path we walk.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Beautifully said. Beautifully,
You're
beautifully.
so
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
You're so welcome,
All right,
Jesse.
we still got a few minutes left. Oh my gosh. What else did
Yeah.
you want to share? Thank you, hon.
Well, you know what? I mean, I could share just about anything in the world. I have a lot behind me. I have probably lived like I'm 100 years old. And that I think is what God had in store for me, you know, or whatever word, people use because there are many names.
Mm-hmm.
So I really truly believe that that's what was there for me when I was little. I used to do in-home care with my mom when I was like 5 years old, and I would go sit with the ladies that come from like the Great Depression and the Roaring Twenties and World War I. And these women inspired me because they were so great. They were power, like true feminine power. They didn't demean, belittle, undermine. They held and they sang their song. And that's all I want to do is we all have a story that we can sing because it's just mere frequency.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let me ask,
Yeah.
someone out there listening today, resonating with you, with us, I mean, really, anyone could reach out.
Yeah, anybody.
What?
I'm down to talk to anybody, like even if it's just one of those things where you just need a little pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just need that little boost, reminder. And so if anybody wants to talk or message or call or whatever, I mean, my phone number is 905-351-7112. I am located in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. I have a beautiful business location that's opening up within the
Tell
next two
me.
weeks.
Tell me where exactly?
So it's here in Niagara Falls. It's going to be located on St. Paul Street.
Okay.
So I'm just getting ready right now to do all of this. Everything is kind of sprung on me in the last little bit because divine alignment is everything, and I wait patiently.
Oh my
So this is
goodness.
all big. And so it'll give me the opportunity to open up and teach the Dragon's Way Qigong classes and the RTT therapy that I learned from beautiful Marissa Peer. She's a wonderful woman, honestly, like very inspiring. And then also bring in the biofeedback and have my warrior woman groups that I have because I have these beautiful women that get together who have lived through traumas and abuse and stories. It doesn't even matter, big or small. It's all relative. And I have this happen twice a month on the full moon and the new moon. And me and these women get together and we meet and we reestablish that new energy for them to step up into their position and hold their family and themselves with honor and courage.
Amazing.
So there's a lot of
Amazing.
great stuff.
Thank you. And by the way, my kids are 8 and 10. I want to take them to Niagara Falls. I took my mom
Yeah,
there before when she was passing, like a year. We did like all like different travels and stuff. So we stayed
I
at
love
the
that.
help me out. I think it was the Marriott Falls View, but it was
Hmm,
on the
hmm.
Canadian side. Is that close to
Yep,
you?
yep. That is actually very close to me. That's not far from where I'm located. Everything in Niagara is about a 10 to 13-minute drive from one
Oh wow.
another.
Okay.
So it's all very close together. So if you were to be at the Marriott and you were to come and see me at my location, it would be exactly a 10-minute drive.
Oh my gosh. All right, good. 'Cause I'm planning a little weekend trip to do
I
that
was just
soon.
in New York too. I was in the Catskills Mountains with Grandmaster Lou receiving my dragon lineage. So
Oh my gosh.
I was just there in September, and we spent time up in the mountains. Which, if nobody's been to the Catskills,
Wow.
it is definitely a very energetic place to be. I will tell you that much. There is a lot of
Wow.
energy around there to be heard. So
Wow.
I'm very blessed that he welcomed me into one of his temples. And it was a huge honor to sit with that man and just receive what he has to give.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all this.
Yeah.
Pleasure meeting you. I hope we get to reconnect
too,
again and to
Jill.
have another
Yes.
show. I hope
Yes,
so.
awesome.
Thank
Yes,
you
I
so
do.
much.
I
And one
look
more
forward to it.
Same here. Tell us how we can reach you one more time. Best
And
forms of
again, you
contact.
can best forms of contact. Just reach out to me personally. I'm a very personable person.
I love
So,
you personally. Are you also like
yeah.
on social media?
Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram under Spiritually in Tune. I'm on Facebook under Tammy Lynn and Spiritually in Tune. I'm also on LinkedIn as well. You can find me on X, and you can also find me on my website, which is being revamped with all the new things. So it's spirituallyintune.ca, and my email is t.rigg, R-I-G-G, at icloud.com. And again, the phone number 905-351-7112.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pleasure
Awesome.
having you here. Looking forward to
Me
the next
too.
time we connect. Thanks
Yeah,
again,
me
sweetheart.
too, Jill.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Tell your kids
Take
hello,
care.
especially your daughter who likes me. Bye.
I must bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.